Take 7. I shit you not. Take 7. This is ridiculous. Absolutely bloody ridiculous. But I've got to try and keep me. Disclaimers. These are just my thoughts and opinions. And I'm starting to think that I'm the only person on the fucking planet who sees this. And also, I swear, should have put that bit first, really, shouldn't I, before I said fuck. Anyways, so I found this article by The Sun, mainstream media, British mainstream media, who are part of a huge cover-up, impo obs, right? Now, I've said on a previous video that with a lot of conspiracy theories, you know, which we've been bred to poo-poo just because of the word conspiracy theory, which was invented by the CIA, was it, to stop people looking at JFK, at the shooting of JFK. And JFK, I'm going to use as my first example. So with most things, I have the one thing that I can't get past. Explain that, and I'll talk to you about everything else. With JFK, explain to me how you can get shot in the back of the head and the back of your head blow out. Explain that to me, and we'll talk about literally anything else. With 9/11, well, the Pentagon specifically, explain to me why they knew that a plane was coming for an hour and a half and didn't fire the ground-to-air missiles underneath the front lawn. Explain that to me, and I'll talk to you about fucking anything else. Do you know what I mean? So I have my little sticking points, and with Liam Payne, explain to me how anybody can fall unconscious and not hit the ground underneath where they fell. He didn't. He landed over there. Physical impossibility. Physics dictates that if you drop fucking anything, it will... Gravity. Gravity did not apply to Liam Payne. And there is nobody anywhere that I can see pointing this out. Now, I said this in the comments of another person's video, and I won't say who it was, because it ain't a conversation for a start off, but, you know, the other people that I follow, I just put it in a conversation there, and somebody came back to me and said, that is not important. Where he landed is not important. What's important is that they've lost the CCTV footage. No, like the very fact, now this man is supposed to have died from polytrauma, not from drugs. Didn't have an overdose. Fuck all to do with drugs. He died from, his cause of death is polytrauma. And yet the entire investigation is about drugs. Now, if they just went, like anybody, explain to me how he, apart from anything else, how he got over a fucking 4-foot balcony while he was unconscious. But he landed on his back 8 feet away. Laid there, arms and legs akimbo. Yes, I did. I had to see the photographs. I had to make sure that I saw those photographs. You know, like, not morbid curiosity, just to see what they're saying. And if they do come out and say that he cracked his head on a concrete post, they're lying, because there's no blood on that. There's no splatter. But considering the geezer flew, even if it had just dropped down, there's just a trickle. But anyway, this sent me into, so literally, because I have so many people in the comments of my posts who are following this case and see, like I do, the blatant lies coming from Argentina, from the prosecution service, from the police, who obviously didn't investigate it properly in the first place, or somebody would say, how did he land over there? And because it's physically impossible for him to fall off that balcony and land where he was found, that would mean that literally means it wasn't an accident. Roger Norris, I saw somewhere recently saying, no, it's just a tragic accident. That's not how accidents work. Like, literally, look at, you cannot, gravity, mate, gravity. Liam Payne is the only person on this earth. Is he a bumblebee? Was he born half bumblebee? What the? Carry on. Let's get into the article that I think is just a fucking whitewash. Right? Liam Payne prosecutors have appealed a court decision to drop manslaughter charges against 3 men over the singer's death. The move means the One Direction star's close pal, according to Roger Norris, and 2 hotel workers who were with Liam before his tragic balcony fall. It's not a fall, because if it had fell, it'd have landed there. And he landed, it's not a fall. He has to have been placed or physically thrown. And if it had been physically thrown, his limbs would have been all over the fucking show. That man was placed there. He did not fall from that balcony. Still face serious charges, but not for his murder, which is what, in my personal opinion, and this channel is about my personal opinions, he was murdered. And just explaining, pointing out the fact that he didn't fall off that balcony, or he would have landed under that balcony. Because he didn't fall off that balcony. He was placed, which insinuates murder. And this isn't a murder trial. This is who the fuck gave him drugs. Who gives a shit, mate? Drugs didn't kill him. Argentina's public prosecutor's office, which have been proved to be corrupt as fuck in other cases, by the way, announced they had launched an appeal over the decision this week. Nor's chief receptionist Esteban Grassi and head of security Gilda Martin at the Buenos Aires hotel where the singer died were originally cleared of any wrongdoing on February the 19th, like literally without a full investigation, without a full trial in a court of law. Grassi and Martin were identified as being beside Liam in one of the last harrowing photos of the former singer, taken from a surveillance camera, from CCTV, one photograph of him being carried, or somebody bearing a striking resemblance. And we know there's one because we've seen photographs of him getting on a plane from Argentina. So we know there's one person on the planet that strikingly resembles Liam Payne, at least one. But there's one photograph that's come out and one photograph from down the road. No moving footage. They said that the CCTV cameras stopped working. So how did they manage to take that photograph of him being carried through the lobby, holding his own head up by the looks on it? Like, literally, it's so fucking corrupt. Overnight, public prosecutors have come out to say they are still fighting to get the men to trial as they continued. New counter-appeals have now been lodged. 2 other men are still in prison on drug charges after being accused of selling him cocaine, which did not kill him. Polytrauma killed him. Thwacks, broken bones killed him. Not taking drugs. Former waiter Brian Paez and suspended hotel worker Ezekiel Pereira are still fighting to secure bail. Like, literally, why are they in there? They didn't kill anybody. And if they sold drugs... Their attempts so far have all failed, and cops warning they could face up to 15 years in prison if convicted. It was not immediately clear if the appeals are being seen as a last option for prosecutors. Why don't we try the first option? Just investigate his cause of death. Polytrauma. Hitting something or something hitting him really hard and taking away his life, which was not drugs. And now I did read this yesterday. I did a big old fucking video on it yesterday that I'm not sharing because got a bit leery, got a bit, you know how it is. But I know that this gets a bit interesting in a minute. In a statement, they accused Norris of cooperating in creating the state that led to the fatal outcome. But we're not going to investigate the fatal outcome, just the run-up to. Prosecutors described him as the singer's manager and alleged he could have done more to save him, leading to fury from distraught fans. Could have done more to save him. He could have not have partaked in the plans to get rid of him, for example. Again, just my thoughts and opinions. But I think he was murdered. And it's definitely not an accident. Otherwise, you fall off a... I don't know. How many times do I have to say it? How can I put it in a way where it makes fucking sense? In his first interview since the court decision, absolute bollocks, he's done no but interviews. Oh, since the court's decision, Norris revealed he repeatedly denied Liam's demand for drugs. Which, over the course of these few months, it's been, you know, like there's been him texting him back saying, oh, yes, this is of superior quality and all this, that and the other. Norris, visibly, you can see it with your own eyes, takes drugs himself. So he shouldn't have been around Liam in the first fucking place if Liam's trying to maintain his sobriety. But he claimed no one could have predicted how the tragic events would unfold as they did. No, but it was planned, in my personal opinion. It was planned to the detail, to the letter. He was taken there for the purposes. Kate was got rid of for the purposes. And because she's done her little bit now, she's being eyed up for TV gigs because she's proved she can lie. If Maya Henry don't get famous off the back of this, there'll be nobody more surprised than me because she's played her part in this as well. These people will be paid handsomely. I did think it was Maya Henry. I don't anymore. There's too much of an overarching cover-up. There's too much mainstream media cover-up, and the mainstream media wouldn't have Maya Henry's back like this. They wouldn't all come out to bat for her. It has to be higher up. The order has to have come down from higher up, in my personal opinion. And Norris and Henry and Cassidy and whatever played their parts in this, but none of it's being investigated. None of it. Now, I'm following, right? So I'm going to call out another channel at the minute. I'm following Sobering Stories, I think he's called, a DJ Petrovsky. Now, he did a video on Liam Payne, and unfortunately, a lot of that is wrong because he did it 2 weeks after, and so he was focusing mainly on the drugs thing. But he's done video that I've watched on Avicii, Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell, Anthony Bourdain. Really, really recommend his work. He's very, very thorough. I would love to see him go back and actually look at the facts of the Liam Payne case rather than what we're being told in the media. But he did say, and it was really funny, I think it was Avicii, actually, that he said that the only place that where everybody's getting their fucking information from is TMZ. And it's like, now where have I heard that before? But yeah, actually, no proof of what Avicii died of, how he died. None whatsoever. Nobody's asking questions about that. I ain't following that one. I am following this one. And I can see that it's fucking lies because it's blatantly bloody obvious. But yeah, go check that dude out. Norris went on to rubbish claims he has a sour relationship with Liam's family. You're suing his dad, twat. He said he has always had the family's backing despite being one of the people closest to their son before his death and chasing a lawsuit against Liam's dad, Jeff. Which is, of course, is the best thing for Bear, isn't it? But Norris is still fighting for compensation over damages because he claims Jeff made false statements about him to Argentina prosecutors. He could say a lot more, mate. He could say a fucking lot more. Nor's told The Sun he will 100% not drop the case until he gets an apology, adding, I'm sure I'll get one. Because he's so fucking smarmy. Because the media is up his arse and the justice system is up his fucking arse. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. And if Jeff did that, I hope he comes out on British TV and goes, I didn't mean it. I've given him an apology. But you know what? I think you were involved in my son's death, mate. Tragic star Liam plunged to his death from a third-floor balcony on October 16th and landed over there. Fell, unconscious, dead weight, flew 8 feet in a diagonal fucking direction. His chaotic final hours before he fell, he did not fall. That's not how falling works. Have now been revealed in new court documents, and the corrupt court, can print whatever the fuck they want. A forensic examination of Liam's final hours found he hired 2 women online, gives their name and ages, and invited them to his room. Again, Kate Cassidy, completely silent on this. Oh, yeah, I like to walk my dog. That's how I'm coping. Yeah, that's how I'm coping with him being dead. I'm getting tattoos and buying a fucking necklace that matches my tattoos, and I'm fucking walking the dog and completely ignoring that he was banging 2 fucking hookers. Now this is the thing. The women arrived at 11:30 a.m. on October the 16th to find Liam taking drugs from aluminium foil. Docs claimed. You don't take cocaine from aluminium foil. He had cocaine in his system. He did not have heroin in his system. He didn't have it in his system. So what was he fucking taking? Fucking sherbet dip dabs. The 3 of them later had sex, it is understood, before Liam broke the hotel room TV and told the women to leave around 4 p.m. Completely contradicting the other witness statement that he was in the lobby, saw a fucking email or something on his laptop, went, fuck this shit, and smashed the laptop. According to the legal documents, he were banging 2 hookers, off his tits on heroin, smashed a TV fucking thing. We've got a girl, a fan, completely devoid of fans, the Casa Sur Palermo on that though, except for one girl who said she was there and he was perfectly fine. We've got Roger Norris who said that he had been out several times. He'd been called because Liam was up and down from his room and getting increasingly leery, and so he kept having to be escorted up and down from his room. But in the court documents, he was upstairs banging 2 fucking hookers. During all of these other witness statements, you see why this is blatantly a cover-up, right? The truth only has one version. Yes, it's seen from different angles, so it'll look different to one person who is looking at it from the outside to somebody who's sat there with him, viewing him, like as his friend or whatever. But these are, everybody is giving different fucking accounts of what happened at the same time. We're meant to believe he's upstairs shagging 2 fucking hookers. At the same time, he's out the front saying to a girl, yeah, I've just got to go upstairs and have my dinner. I'll be back down in an hour and a half. Also, animalistic screaming from his room, according to the wedding guest geezer, and Roger Norris apologising to people, saying, I'm sorry that he's off the rails, and then saying, oh, he was fine when I left him. He was shagging 2 hookers when you left him, according to this. According to Argentinian law, you left him. You were just like, oh, yeah, Liam, nice technique. Go on, lad. You know what I mean? I'm off. But, can I just... You've got to. Can I just share for a minute? No, sorry, Rog. I'm having a heroin-fueled fucking orgy here. And it's like, right, you were fine when I left him, mate. Balls deep in a slapper. All of these things are meant to have happened at the same time. Physically impossible. Just like falling off a balcony It's physically impossible to not hit the floor underneath the balcony. My front door's knocking. I've got to go. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for being here. Please come back. Never forget I love you all. Bye.